Hello and welcome to another edition of Access Central TV. My name's Andy Hersman. This is my show. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I've gotten a few phone calls the last show, and I appreciate them. I'm going to play them on the air. But it shows that some people do watch public access, and kudos to you. You don't tune into the main media. You want to hear the truth, and the truth is through the people. People do the research, people find out the truth, and they talk about it on either the internet or public access or whatever means they have that the giant media companies are trying to take away from us. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Let's get right to it. Show's only a half hour. The number, if you want to call, is 631-440-6012. 631-440-6012. No, the show is not live. Unfortunately, I don't have the means to do that. However, if you do leave a message, your calls will be aired, and then we can talk about the topic some more. All right. Last week I talked about how we could solve our electric problems, or actually fuel problems. My idea is to have a solar panel on every roof and have everybody drive an electric car. And, the technology is new, but we have the means to get off of oil. Well, mostly off of oil. I'm sure, airplanes and boats and things might still need to run on gas. But if we can convert all our cars into electric cars, that would solve a huge problem. I mean, just think of the pollution it would cut down, and so on. So anyway, I have a few phone calls. Excuse me. My allergies are acting up this time of year, so sorry about that. That's why I sound so stuffed up. Okay, the first phone call is from Monty. Here it is.
Hey, this is Monty. I think we should all have solar engines, and I think if they would have let Carter stay in 30 years ago, we'd be down to about 5% of the quality of amount of solar energy that we currently take, man. We get ripped off by big business, and we don't use solar energy. Like the car sounds true. Have a good night.
Like I said before, if we all had solar panels on our house and we all drove electric cars, that would solve a lot of problems. Okay, and you're right. Big corporations are stopping us from doing that. But you know what? The cars are out there. They can be purchased. And if enough people buy them, we can show that there's a demand for them, and we can fight these oil companies that are destroying our oceans, destroying our air. They're just destroying everything, and they're very greedy people. They make record profits, and yet they get government subsidies, and it's still not enough. They still want to control the price of oil. I just looked; it's over $3 a gallon again for gas. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's get to the next phone call. This one's from an anonymous lady, but she has something else to say about electricity, and okay, here it is.
This is the first time I'm seeing your show. You're talking about electric cars. Now, we used to have a place here in Lindenhurst that sold them, and it was a long time ago. And it seems almost as if somebody killed the idea, because they were even doing this with trucks. And it just died. The idea just seemed to die. I don't know why. Now, it would be nice if we could all drive an electric car, but the problem is all these things are so expensive, All these fuel-efficient vehicles and these alternative fuel vehicles, they seem to be so expensive that they're out of the average person's reach, definitely out of the reach of people who really need to save money, single mothers and older people, people who cannot part with a piece of crap car because they can't afford to really finance a new, extremely expensive vehicle. I mean, if you have to choose between a house down payment and the cost of these kinds of cars, you'll probably pick your house. Another thing about the solar panels on a house, that would be a fantastic idea if we could all get this at a reasonable cost. You think that with volume, if it was a rule or something, that we could all get them much cheaper. And I believe that in Spain, all new buildings have to go up with solar panels. I did read that somewhere, that they have to have solar panels when they go up because they even pick up energy from the sun even in the dead of winter. So that would be a nice idea.
All right. Well, you make a lot of good points. I don't know your name, but you do make a lot of good points. I believe the oil companies are the ones to blame. They do not want electric cars. Okay, because that would pretty much destroy their business. Or not destroy it completely, but take a huge chunk of it away. And these greedy people, they make billions and billions of dollars. And look at what's going on with the environment. It's just getting worse and worse. I mean, they drilled down in the Gulf of Mexico, and now they have an accident and they can't stop it from leaking. It's just, and there goes all the wildlife, the fish, everything. We need the oceans to survive. This is crazy what they're doing. But anyway, like I said before, there are alternatives. There are cars, electric cars to be purchased, and they are reliable. They're safe. They're fantastic looking. I was looking up on the internet. Here, let me just show you a few here. I looked up electric cars on the internet. Now, my favorite one, which is made by Tesla Motors, Tesla. Of course, it's costs over $100,000, but it's a sports car, and it shows the technology that it exists, that we can use electric cars. Let's see, it has 100% torque 100% of the time, which means it has no transmission, no gears to go through. It's you get full power all the time. It can go, I think, 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. It can travel 300 miles on a charge. It goes up, I think, over past 100 miles an hour or whatever. But this same company, they're planning on making a sedan for $50,000, which is still a lot of money. But think about it now. If gas is what? Up to $3 a gallon, maybe it'll get up to $4. So if you spend maybe $40, $30, $40 on gas a week, what would that be? Let's see, four times $160 or so a month, right? And then you multiply that by 12, and then throughout the life of the car times 10. I mean, you're saving thousands of dollars, literally, on gasoline. So the price of the car, you can probably, if you add in the fact that it has less maintenance, there's no radiator, there's no transmission to break down, there's no tailpipe, there's no, it's just a motor basically and some batteries. You can save, I would knock it up to $20,000 off the price of the car just on the fact that you don't have to put gas in it. Here's some other cars that are interesting. There's a car called the Nissan Leaf. It's going for, they're advertising it has $25,280 net after tax savings. So originally the car goes for $32,780, and I think you get some kind of rebate, a $7,500 federal rebate for buying an electric car. So so if you get an electric car for $25,000, okay, and you're saving over $20,000 on gas, the car really cost you $5,000. Think about that. Not bad, huh? Okay, Nissan Leaf. I'm trying to find any information about it. It looks really interesting. You should look it up on the internet. It's called a Nissan Leaf. Then there's another one. Of course, you've probably heard of the Chevy Volt. That's another electric car that's coming out soon. They have a big fact book on the internet about it. They're answering questions like, let's see, what happens if I never charge the battery? Why electricity? All kinds of questions that are interesting about electric cars. Should check that out also. I found another company called Zap, Z-A-P. I guess, I don't know where they're from, but they make an electric car called the Zebra Zap car. Zebra with an X, X-E-B-R-A. Very interesting. So, you should at least consider an electric car. If they're being manufactured and the opportunity is out there to buy one. Personally, I'm looking into one myself. I happen to drive right now a Toyota Yaris, which is not even a hybrid, but it gets 38 miles a gallon on the highway. So, not bad, considering it's not even a hybrid, but we can do better. And we should be doing better. Okay. Well, again, the number, if you want to call, 631-440-6012. And what do you think about electric cars and solar panels? Is that the way to get off of foreign oil? Will that solve our problems with pollution? What are the problems we face with our energy needs of the future? All right, that's one topic. Now, another topic I want to talk about is this law that they have in Arizona. Very, very disturbing to me. I don't know what it is with Americans lately, but they simplify things and don't take into consideration the consequences of certain actions. What I mean by that is, you can make laws that are unconstitutional, and they may or may not be effective as far as getting the illegal aliens to deport them back to Mexico, for example. It might be effective, but in the long run, you're destroying the Constitution. You're turning us into a police state where the police can stop you for any reason and ask for your papers. And that, to me, is very, very frightening. And I don't know why anybody would agree to that, even if it does get the illegal aliens caught. I just think it's just bone-chilling that someone would agree to that kind of extreme police authority in a free country like this. I don't know. What do you think? 631-440-6012. I was on the internet, and a high school friend of mine on Facebook, he actually wrote that he wanted the Arizona law here in New York. So I started to debate with him about it, because I was just shocked that anybody that I thought was so intelligent when I went to school with would think that way. And he says he lives in Huntington Station and there's murders happening over there. But I think the murders are happening because of bad drug deals. And, we can get into, that's a whole nother topic, legalizing marijuana and things like that. That might solve other problems. But he was blaming the illegals on the murders. Now, hey, I am against murder, obviously. So if anybody, I don't care if they're illegal aliens or whoever, if they're committing murder, then they should be arrested and dealt with. So I don't know where the connection is between murders that are probably due to drug deals and having illegal aliens in this country. Now, obviously, it's if they're here illegally, something's got to be done, obviously. But if we got rid of, I heard there's 10 million illegals in this country right now, and if we suddenly got rid of them all, then a tomato would cost $10. Think about it, because they're the ones picking the tomatoes, if not digging up the potatoes or whatnot. They do a lot of farm work. They do a lot of work that no one else wants to do. People say, oh, well, they're taking our jobs away. But, I don't see, like, an example, maybe a laid-off x-ray technician. I don't see them wanting to go, pick tomatoes. And, a lot of the jobs that Americans do, they're higher paid. Some of them are even union. And, when you lose a job like that, you're not going to go and resort to cleaning toilets or, digging up potatoes or whatever jobs the Mexicans do. So, we would be in pretty big trouble if we lost those workers. They're here, they work hard. I don't think they're really taking jobs away that we want. Then people say, oh, well, they don't pay taxes. Well, you know what? If you worked like they did and picked tomatoes for minimum wage, you'd be at the poverty level, and I doubt you'd be paying taxes either if your income was that low. So even if they were legal and doing the same job, they wouldn't be paying taxes. So there goes that argument. Yeah, it's not an easy issue. I don't know. 631-440-6012. What do you think about illegals coming here? I mean, basically, they hop a fence and they do provide a service for us. But, the word illegal is on them. And it might take them years, or maybe it might be impossible. I don't know how it works with the immigration laws, how long it takes for someone like that to go through the process and become legal. But if you think that only illegals break the law, or, I don't even think they do. I mean, I heard on the radio that one way of catching or finding out which people in Arizona are legal or not is you look at who's driving the speed limit. In other words, if you're driving the speed limit, you're probably an illegal. So they're the ones that are obeying the laws. That's how you can find out which ones are Americans and which ones aren't. So that's ironic to me. But where was I? I was going off on a tangent there. My other example is there are other people who do go through the process and do get nationalized and legalized and become citizens. And look at that car bomber in Times Square. He's a good example. He went through the process and he almost blew up Times Square. So, that doesn't tell me anything. I mean, going through the legal process of becoming a citizen, it's a formality, really. It doesn't mean you're much a better person or whatever, or you belong here more. I mean, and what bothers me also is a lot of people, they come out and they say, well, my grandparents did it the right way. They, went through the process. And, if you look back at what happened at Ellis Island, a lot of the people came and they were sick. And, the sick people with, I forgot the diseases. I think it was tuberculosis or whatever. But they weren't allowed in. But they tried to hide those diseases from the officials, and a lot of them did get in anyway. And if they got in that way, I call that illegal. Or if they even lied to the officials and said, whatever, made a white lie or, lied to their questions, that's illegal also. So, not everybody who went through Ellis Island came in legally. I think a lot of them hid their diseases, they lied to officials, they even changed their names to make it sound more American, so to be more desirable to get in here. And all those, to me it's like cheating. I don't know. I'm not saying everybody who went through Ellis Island, lied and cheated, but I'm sure a good size of them did. And so all these people who scream and yell that, their grandparents or whatever came into this country legally, think about it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did lie their way through. So who's to say who's here legally and who's not? I don't know. What do you think? 631-440-6012. I'm just disturbed at how people in this country, they want to blame everything on illegal aliens now. They want to blame crime and disease and all this. I mean, you can't just single out some people and blame them for all the world's problems. I mean, how extreme are we getting? I mean, are we really reacting on fear? Are we really that afraid? I just can't believe so many Americans want to throw out the Constitution, throw out their rights, the rights that our soldiers are fighting for, and just throw them out because they want to feel safe. Not be safe, but feel safe. I think the best way to fight terrorism is what we've been doing, keeping our eyes open, reporting anything suspicious to the police, and, just doing the best we can. We need to stand up for our rights and keep the Constitution the way it was written. It was written that way for a reason, and we shouldn't be messing with it or ignoring it and making laws that ignore the facts. I heard one guy say, well, I have nothing to hide. There's a reason why, we have things in the Constitution that don't allow government officials to knock down our doors at 3 o'clock in the morning to see if, our tax records are okay or whatever. Whether you have something to hide or not, that doesn't even have anything to do with it. You're allowed your privacy, and you're allowed to sleep at night without any fear of federal government officials knocking down your door. So whether you have something to hide or not, you know, if they really wanted to find something, I'm sure they would. It'd be very easy for them to lie and press charges against you anyway. So this nonsense about have nothing to hide is just ridiculous. And I actually heard another guy say he would rather pay $10 for a tomato than have illegal aliens in this country, which is absolutely, it's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Absolutely ridiculous. He's probably the same person that runs over to Walmart to save $1, while that company goes and outsources all our jobs overseas. And who knows who's doing those jobs? Maybe some children who make 3 cents an hour or something, you know, just so we can save $1. It's disgusting. All right, what do you think? 631-440-6012. I just want to say also, if you don't have anything to do this summer, you might want to consider going and exploring this great country of ours. I recently went out to Wyoming and saw Devil's Tower. Absolutely breathtaking, beautiful, beautiful country. And 3 hours away is Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, another beautiful state. I highly encourage anyone who can make it out there. Just go for a drive. It's beautiful. Absolutely amazing what you can see on the way. Well, I think that's it for this show. Thanks again for watching. I'll be on next week. Tell me what you think. 631-440-6012. And I appreciate you watching, and long live public access. It's very important that people speak their minds, use their free speech, and exchange ideas, and do it civilized. You know, I don't see why people, adults no less, can't do a civilized debate without name-calling, cursing, just acting like children. It's ridiculous. We should be able to voice our ideas without such nonsense. Okay. Signing off, Andy Hersman, Access Central TV.